She didn't leave because you were mean. She didn't pull away because you were cold. She didn't lose interest because you didn't care. She left because you were too nice. And I know that sounds backwards. I know it hurts to hear. You tried to be everything a good man should be. Patient, understanding, always available, always saying yes, always fixing, helping, sacrificing, staying even when you were tired, smiling even when it hurt. And yet, she drifted. She got colder, more distant, less invested, and you were left wondering, how could being good to her make her walk away from me? It's because you misunderstood what women really respect and what they respond to. You see, there's a version of nice that isn't rooted in confidence. It's not strength, it's fear. Fear of losing her, fear of upsetting her, fear of being rejected or replaced. So you give more and more until there's nothing left of you, just a man orbiting her moods, her decisions, her validation. And at first she might enjoy that power. She might like being the center of your world, but slowly, quietly, she loses respect. Not because you weren't enough, but because you gave up your edge. You stopped being the man she was originally drawn to. Not because you got lazy, but because you became too eager to please. That's what happens when a man mistakes approval for connection. You try so hard to be liked, to be safe, to be agreeable, that you stop being real. You stop saying no. You stop asserting yourself. You stop holding your standards. And eventually, she stops feeling attracted, because women aren't drawn to niceness. They're drawn to certainty. They're drawn to men who can say no without guilt. Men who can walk away if they're disrespected. Men who are kind, but not weak. Loving, but not spineless. You didn't lose her because you were bad. You lost her because you abandoned your masculine core. And let me be very clear about something. There's nothing wrong with being good to a woman, but when that goodness comes from fear instead of strength, it backfires, because you stop being the prize. You start treating her like a queen while you forget you were a king. You pedestal her, you overgive, you smother, and in doing that, you make her feel like you need her more than she needs you. And that imbalance, that's the beginning of emotional death in a relationship. You teach her, unintentionally, that she can take you for granted, that your attention is always available, that your affection doesn't need to be earned anymore, that no matter how she acts, you'll stay. And let me tell you, no woman wants a man she can walk all over. She might tolerate him, she might use him, but she won't respect him. And without respect, love fades. You see, we've been fed this idea that the nicer you are, the more love you'll receive. That if you give more, sacrifice more, prove yourself more, the woman will cherish you more. But that's a lie, because attraction doesn't work that way. Attraction isn't built through comfort, it's built through tension, it's built through polarity, through a subtle but undeniable force where she knows you care, but she also knows you won't bend your spine just to keep her around. You want to know why she lost respect? Because you made her the mission, you made her emotions your compass, and in doing that, you lost yourself. You stopped leading, you stopped challenging, you stopped being the man who had a vision outside of her. And when a man stops leading, a woman starts drifting. Not always consciously, but deeply, emotionally, viscerally, she can feel the shift. She starts testing you, pushing boundaries, pulling away, getting colder, more irritable, less affectionate, and you, trying to fix it, try to be even nicer. You go softer, more agreeable, more accommodating. But the truth is, that's when you need to go the other direction. That's when you need to pull back, to stand firm, to reclaim your energy, to become the kind of man who doesn't need her approval to breathe, because she doesn't want your submission, she wants your presence. She wants to feel that you're grounded, unshakable, able to love her without losing yourself. And I know this isn't easy to hear, especially if you've spent years being the nice guy, always trying to do the right thing, always hoping that if you're just good enough, she'll finally choose you. But I'm here to tell you, that kind of love doesn't create attraction. It creates comfort, maybe even dependency, but not fire, not respect. Respect comes from boundaries, from knowing who you are, from being able to say, I love you, but I won't tolerate being disrespected. I care about you, but I will not betray myself to keep you. I want you, but I don't need you. That's the shift. That's the moment everything changes. When she realizes you're not the same man anymore. You're not waiting around. You're not chasing. You're not begging. You've reclaimed your time, your standards, your focus, your purpose. You're no longer bending to keep her. You're walking your path, and she has to earn a place in it. That's when the dynamic flips. That's when the woman who once pulled away starts leaning back in. Not because you played games, but because you re-established yourself as the foundation of your own life. And if she doesn't come back, if she keeps drifting or finds someone else or disappears, you let her go. Because a man who stands in his power doesn't chase those who don't see it. He walks, he levels up, he heals what made him so desperate for validation. He forgives himself for being too nice, and he becomes something better, not bitter, not broken, just better. So if you're watching this, and you're hurting because you gave her everything and she still walked away, don't regret being a good man. Regret the moments you didn't honor your own value. Regret the times you chose peace over your truth. Regret the silence that came when you should have drawn a line. And then, let all of that go. Let the pain shape you, not destroy you. Let the loss be the mirror that shows you where you gave too much, not to punish yourself, but to evolve. Because next time, and there will be a next time, you won't make the same mistake. You'll still be kind, still be generous, still be loving, but it will come from strength, not fear, from confidence, not desperation, from truth, not performance. And the woman who meets that version of you, she won't lose respect, because you won't lose yourself. So if you're sitting there replaying everything in your mind, every message you sent, every time you said yes when you really wanted to say no, every moment you let something slide because you didn't want to lose her, I want you to breathe. Because you're not broken, you're not weak, you're not unlovable. You're just a man who gave too much in a world that never taught you how to hold your ground. A man who was told that being nice, agreeable, and available would earn him love, only to find out that it earned him silence, confusion, and heartbreak. But that ends now, because the truth is, you don't need to chase. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to become smaller just to fit into someone else's comfort zone. The moment you stop chasing love and start becoming the kind of man who commands respect without even trying, that's when things begin to shift. That's when people feel your absence. That's when women look at you differently, not because you've become arrogant, but because you've become centered, focused, calm, powerful. And if you're ready to understand how to do that in real practical steps, I wrote something just for you. It's called How to Stop Chasing Love and Make Them Chase You. This isn't some manipulative dating guide. It's not about games or fake confidence. It's about understanding your own energy. It's about learning how to walk away with grace, how to hold your standards without guilt, and how to rebuild your presence so strong. She feels it before you even speak. Inside the ebook, I break down how attraction really works, how to stop being emotionally available in all the wrong ways, and how to flip the dynamic without losing yourself in the process. If you've ever felt tired of giving more and getting less, this is your next move. The link is right there in the description. Click it, read it, and start shifting the energy.